You keep losing these matches, match after match in the tournament, and you keep asking yourself, why am I losing? Why can't I stop? Why am I in a rut? Is the question a lot of my students ask me. And a big reason is because you simply got in a negative feedback loop. A lot of the time, this can apply to anything else. You need to build momentum, plain and simple. You need to build momentum. And the way that you build momentum in tennis is you play tournaments that are around your level or maybe even slightly below your level. So that way you can build some confidence of winning some matches. Let's say you play these tournaments and you still can't even win a match in those tournaments. Plain and simple, you're not supposed to be playing tournaments. You're supposed to be practicing and doing a lot of practice matches because that's where confidence is built and momentum. See, confidence and momentum, they interlink, especially with tennis, or with any sport. And you want to build that confidence first before you start playing these tournaments. So, momentum and confidence, those two things. Let's say you're about a 8 UTR right now at the moment, and you're trying to develop your game to be a 10 UTR. But you keep playing these tournaments and you keep losing to, let's say, 7 UTRs. What's the problem? You keep losing, your confidence keeps dwindling. So now you have to take a step back and you have to analyze what you're doing wrong in those matches. But then also you have to go back to the drawing board. You gotta find some people that are maybe 6 or 5 UTRs. You may not like how that sounds, but you're gonna have to play those types of players, and you're gonna have to start winning those matches before you can start playing against 7 and 8 UTRs once again. And yeah, this may hurt your pride a little bit. You're gonna think, oh, why am I playing these 6 UTRs? I'm an 8 UTR. I'm 2 levels above them, but you're not playing like one, and you're not performing like one. So in order to get back to that level, you have to build that confidence and momentum back up. And I know you don't like to hear that, but it's true. And a lot of the time, this happens to players that get injured. And trust me, I've gotten injured. I've had that experience in the past. I had a medial epicondylitis, long, long name for a golfer's elbow on my right elbow. And this took me out while I was playing college tennis at a very high level. This took me out for a good 3 months. I wasn't able to play. And when I came back the next year, I had to start at number 5 and 6 at my team. And this hurt my confidence quite a bit because I was playing at number 2 before, the number 2 position, which was much higher. I was playing much better players. And I was playing at around 4 and 5. And to be honest, I was still losing at those levels. You see, what I needed was to take a step back and analyze what I was doing, analyzing why I was losing these matches, and realize I'm not the same player I was before. And in order to get to that same level that I was at before, I have to do a lot more at practice. I have to play a lot more practice matches, and I'm simply not ready to compete at that level once again. And that's a hard thing for a lot of people to get. You may think that you're at a certain level, but you're not. Because plain and simple, you're not at that level. And it's a test. Every time you go to a tournament, it's a test. And you fail the test when you lose, and you have to go back and study a little bit. And studying in tennis, at least when it comes to getting out of that rut and winning matches, is playing more practice matches against lower level players. So that way, eventually, you keep winning against these 6s, these 5s, and in the case that I was using earlier, you're going to finally be able to play against 7 and 8s. But that's going to take some time. Trust me, it's going to take some time. And it did for me. When I started coming back that one year, lucky this was COVID year. So when I was losing at 4 and 5, my confidence was just horrible. And so luckily COVID came and it cut my season short. And during COVID, I really focused. I went back to the drawing board. I analyzed what I was doing wrong, and I tried to develop more confidence through playing a lot of matches against players that were far below my level that I thought I was capable of beating, and slowly built my confidence back up. And by the end of within 2 years, I was back on that team playing at the number 1 position, and I got to being an All-American, top 5 in the country in Division II tennis. And a lot of this was because I went back to that drawing board and put my pride aside and played against players that I know I shouldn't usually be playing against. But that's how it is. That's how it's going to be when you're in a rut. Nothing seems to be working. But guess what? You have to lower. I wouldn't say lower the expectations, but lower the expectations of who you're gonna be able to beat. And until you start beating those people, slowly build it up. And trust me, you're gonna get back to that level that you were at before. It's just gonna take some time. And you have to be real with yourself. You have to be honest, because a lot of people, they inflate what type of player they are and what type of level they are, especially when in terms of UTR. I hear a lot of people say I'm UTR this, UTR that. Like, I shouldn't be losing to this UTR level. Whatever. Who cares? You're losing to them. And what does that show me? That you have to go study more, that you have to go back and play more matches, more practice matches, or play some more tournaments that are lower level. Let's say you're a junior. Let's say you were used to playing a lot of level 4s, but then you bumped up to the 16s, and now you have to play a lot of 7s. You got to play a lot of 6s, maybe not 7s, but play a lot of level 6s, and just get used to that level again. And until you start winning those ones, you can't expect yourself to instantly start playing at the same level you were playing before. And that's how you guys get out of a rut. Okay, this is for all my competitive players that watch my channel, because I know it's one of the most difficult things to do in tennis is get out of a rut, get out of a losing streak. And not a lot of tennis players talk about it very honestly. And I'm being honest with you guys because I've been through that. I've done that. And it's not a great feeling, I can tell you that right now. But I will tell you that you will get out of it if you have the right strategy and right mindset. And that mindset is putting your pride aside and doing what you have to do. Going back to the beginning and really understanding why you're losing these matches and build your confidence by playing players that you wouldn't normally play. And yeah, guys, leave a comment down below for any experiences that you guys have had with a rut or a losing streak and how you got out of it as well. Maybe there's a lot of people that are out there that may have different experiences, but let me know. That's my only experience as a very high collegiate level player with who went through a rut, went through a losing streak. And I'm letting you guys know this because I hope that this can add some value to your game. And please always like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. I know today's video wasn't our typical video on instruction, but if you like this type of content, let me know. And I'll give you a lot more stories, a lot more, my own experience with competition. As always, have a great day, guys, and thanks for watching.